Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I have 5 truly exceptional budget knives to share with you guys. I recommend all 5 of these, and they will all be linked right down in the description so that you guys can check them out. All of these knives are under $75, which is the criteria, the threshold for a budget knife on this channel, and they're actually going to get progressively less expensive, with the final one arguably being the most impressive on the list. Thanks so much to my patrons for supporting me. Make sure that your notifications are turned on for the Metal Complex YouTube channel. Starting off here with number 5, and that's of course the Kizer Outposter. This is a $69 giggity knife that I am sharing with you guys. Threw myself off with that one there. Nitro V, and if this looks familiar, I can tell you exactly why. This is very similar to the Excalibur, but this is a budget version, under $75, of course, and it operates via a button liner lock. In this case, it's actually very, very, very similar to a Spyderco compression lock, given that the lock face actually engages both with the lock face on the blade and engages underneath the stop pin. It truly compresses itself between the lock face and the stop pin. Couple that with the fact that you have excellent thumb stud placement, excellent opening hole placement, great choke up position, great jimping. I mean, again, very, very, very similar to Excalibur. And of course, I would like it. Of course, I would think that this is awesome. This truly is an excellent design. They have a few different configurations here, but really nice thin blade geometry, nice lightweight and compact, good pocket clip, and of course, well, truthfully, there's only a tip-up right-hand mounting position for the pocket clip. They really should have milled it for lefties as well. But everything else is executed extremely well. And, you know, with Kizer's prices on a lot of their budget stuff moving up to the $80 territory, this is one of the better ones that you can still find under this one, again, under $70. So highly recommendable. I truly think it's one of the best things that Kizer has released in the budget territory here recently. You should absolutely check this knife out. Moving on here to number 4, and truthfully, this company absolutely dominates the budget knife world right now. We have more than one on the list. This is a Miguron knife. This is the new Miguron Hovore. Now, if you don't love the super flashy colors, don't worry. They actually have a bunch of different, combinations that you can pick up. But we have titanium components here. This is a $59 knife, button-operated liner lock here. The steel is 19C27, which is essentially the equivalent of VG10, which is pretty cool for being only $59. But what's way cooler is the HRC hardness that they have proven to actually hit repeatedly. I mean, they are consistent here. This has been repeatedly tested by our resident, HRC guy, Taylor. You can check out his website by clicking at clicking on the bottom link in the description. This 19C27 has been consistently hardened to 62 to 64. They have truly maximized the potential of this steel. This is their stainless offering in the budget territory, and they are doing a stupidly good job with it. On top of that, you may not love the overall profile, but this blade is a performance blade for sure. It's like a fat little kukri blade, really, really thin behind the edge, nice full flat grind, a little bit of a tip, but let me tell you, slicing tasks, cutting tasks, absolutely wonderful. This is the lacquer craft aluminum, so looks cool, a little flashy. Some people don't like it. You can get a plain G10 version. Really overall, and yes, left and right hand mounting positions. Overall, really amazing combination of materials for $59. There is nobody else doing this combination for anywhere near the same price. Absolutely excellent. The overall aesthetic of this knife might, cause some people to turn away, but truly, the ergonomic lines, the functionality of all this, it's really, really hard to beat for $60. Moving on here to number 3, I have to give it to the CJRB Latitude. This thing is awesome, and for one of CJRB's very first button-operated top liner locks, and these are a big deal right now. You guys are saying, oh, it's all these button liner locks, right? This is a big deal right now. Number 1, this is not just a regular button liner. This is actually a button top liner, so the liner the lock actually engages behind the lock face, making it a lot more stable. These are, when done correctly, much more reliable than a standard liner lock. And also, being able to push the button means you can keep your fingers out of the blade path, much like a standard plunge or button lock. But unlike a standard plunge or button lock, number one, this engages via a liner. And number two, it actually has a detent ball, meaning when you go to deploy it, it snaps open. And just feels better all the way around. So really, really easy to manipulate. I also really like the straightforward sort of traditional modern tactical knife handle and that straightforward drop point blade with a nice swedge. Gives it that classic, cool, I say classic, that modern tactical look. Not really going too far off the beaten path, but still remaining perfectly utilitarian. And then they give you little options for flair, like this black one here with the blue collars around the thumb studs, the pivot, and of course the lanyard hole. And this, once again, does have mounting positions for left and right hand carry. This is AR RPM 9, which is essentially like a spray form version of 9CR 18 MOV, which is okay. It's all right. It's not going to be the shining golden god of the knife world, but it's not a bad steel. It's a very, sort of balanced, not going to win any awards in edge retention or anything like that, but it's nice and easy to touch up, and it's stainless. This guy comes in at $54, but a really, really good design and very well executed by CJRB. Moving on here to the true stars of this upload here. Number 4, once again, we have Miguron with the Kerak. We also have, of course, the lacquered aluminum, which looks really cool, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. This is a D2 blade, and I know that many of you roll your eyes, no, it's D2, it's old news, right? But people who know are saying, here he goes, he's about to, tell the secret to people who don't know. If you've been buying budget knives in D2 steel, it's very likely that 99.9999999% of you are carrying a D2 blade that is hardened somewhere around 58 HRC, which means it doesn't really matter that the blade is called D2 steel. It's performing like a lot of the bottom tier junk that you're going to find down at that super cheap territory, right? D2 steel is only good if it's heat treated properly. And let me tell you, if it is heat treated properly, it is a god. It is a god of the budget knife world. But let me tell you how many companies are heat treating this stuff properly under $50 in 2026. Are you ready? Almost no one. No one except from Miguron. In fact, not only are they heat treating it correctly, they're going above and beyond here. Their D2 steel, again, tested and proven by our resident tailor. 62 to 63 HRC. That is outrageous. The blade performance, this is actually the truth. A lot of production M390 through like, say, WE knives that hits 59 HRC, some of you are carrying around $200 to $300 WE knives or the equivalent in 20CV/M390 that would actually lose in an edge retention test versus this $37 Miguron Kerak. This is not an exaggeration. Between 62 and 63 HRC, with proper geometry, which let me tell you, this guy's got it. This guy would actually blow the doors off of something like 59 HRC M390. It's absolutely incredible. Now, D2 obviously doesn't have the stainless properties of M390, and at 62 to 63, it ain't going to be very tough, and it's also going to be, pretty difficult to touch up. But if you're wanting to maximize your edge retention for the dollars you put into it, it's 37 of those dollars for an absolutely ridiculous amount of edge retention, assuming that you use this the way that a knife should operate. Furthermore, again, Miguron has beautiful fit and finish, really nice materials considering what you're putting into it. This is an unmatched, in fact, the only company who is matching the price and performance of the Kerak is, it's another knife from Miguron, right? But this is well deserving of a spot on this list. It is truly one of the best budget knives of 2026. It might actually be the best budget knife of 2026. And it is absolutely one of the greatest budget folding knives of all time. Again, the aesthetic of this might turn some people away, but this is a truly incredible knife. In fact, we have lots of people in the comment section who have this knife right now. The number one knife on this list, you might guess, is also a Miguron. I can't avoid them, guys. They're releasing so many models that are just that much better than everything else in their direct competition zone. They are going to dominate a list like this. The least expensive knife on this list, only $1 less. The The $36 Miguron Thally. Basically, this is just an alternative for people who either don't like the look or don't want a button-operated liner lock. The Thally is a crossbar lock. Once again, we have some cool lacquered aluminum here, but we have a more, I don't know, just more like a straightforward, maybe easier on the eyes, sort of elongated trailing point blade. D2, nice choke-up spot, nice jimping right here, nice ramp. Beautiful satin finish on the blade, great fit and finish, ambidextrous all the way around, locking system and pocket clip, which is really great. $36, and once again, we have D2 steel with an absolutely wonderful cutting geometry between 62 and 63 HRC. This is the, it is the same, between these two, I've said this many times and I'm going to keep talking about it. Dollar for dollar, these are the greatest budget pocket knives to ever exist. There is no reason to spend anything less. And I mean that, you know, like some people are like, what if I'm on a $20 budget? My advice to you would be save an additional $16 or $17 because absolutely nothing comes anywhere close, dollar for dollar. You are, you know, you at 20, 25 or anything under $30 in most cases, you're buying a knife that you'll have to sharpen multiple times over. Likely with, you know, lackluster fit and finish and is much more likely to fail during normal use. That's like versus something like this. That's the honest truth. I'm only going to direct people towards products that I actually believe in, and anything below this, you know, like there's some decent knives, like CJRB has released some of those injection mold plastic pyrite lights, and those are all right, you know, but generally speaking, most of the time I'm going to tell people, save until you can afford a $36 Thally or $37 Kerak, and it truly, these are like one and done knives. You may have to replace the Omega springs at some point on the Thally, which is easy to do. If you don't want to deal with that, then go with something like this. Miguron is absolutely dominating the budget knife world right now, and they are setting a fantastic example for other companies. They are showing these other companies that their customer bases absolutely do prefer the higher and, you know, more appropriate HRC ranges. I know that Miguron has absolutely been hitting Grand Slam after Grand Slam, releasing this stuff because the people who buy their products actually care about performance and not what's just printed on the blade and not, you know, just like what color is it. There are plenty of people who are on a budget who are just looking for a knife that can cut things, and maybe that's all they care about, right? Maybe they don't even care about what's printed on the blade. But as far as Miguron and their realistic direct competition, those buyers actually care how the blade performs, and they're nailing it for what they're charging, right? These other two, you know, Kizer's doing a decent job. I think that they could bring their HRC ranges up. CJRB, I think they do a great job. They could just switch it up with their steels here and there. Miguron is really the dominant force. But all of these are incredible. And I truly recommend all of them. You'll find links for all of them down in the description. So hopefully, you know, if you are looking for your next budget knife, or maybe you're looking for your first knife, I hope you found something today, because these are all, you know, extremely good examples of, you know, EDC folding knives. So anyways, that's going to be it. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.